Hello, welcome to this video. What you're about to watch is not a real conversation between two people. It's a debate entirely generated by artificial intelligence. To create this, we first fed the AI with key arguments and sources from both perspectives. For the atheist viewpoint, we included insights from well-known works like The God Delusion by Richard Dawkins and Why I Am Not a Christian by Bertrand Russell. For the theist perspective, we provided material from Islamic philosophy and theology, including Nihayat al-Hikmah by Allama Tabatabai, works by Murtada Mutahari, and rational arguments from traditional scholarship. Then, we asked the AI to simulate a 10-minute debate, taking turns as both the atheist and the theist. Each side speaks for 1 minute in each round, using clear, logical, and respectful language, all designed to make the conversation engaging and accessible. If you're interested in deep thinking, respectful dialogue, and fresh perspective.
I don't believe in God. So far, no clear or testable evidence has been provided for the existence of any deity. The universe works through natural laws, and science gives us better and more reliable explanations. I think the idea of God is just a psychological comfort invented to fill the gaps in our knowledge.
I believe in God not out of fear or tradition, but based on reason. When we look at the world, we see order, structure, and interdependence. That doesn't come from chance. Our mind tells us things that begin to exist must have a cause. The universe began to exist, so it must have a cause outside itself, something that doesn't need a cause. That is what we mean by God.
You say everything needs a cause, but then you say God doesn't. Isn't that inconsistent? If something can exist without a cause, why not the universe itself? Maybe the universe is eternal or self-existing. Why invent a separate being for that?
Good question, but there's a distinction. We don't say everything needs a cause. We say things that are contingent or possible need a cause. But if something exists by necessity, meaning it cannot not exist, then it doesn't need a cause. That's what we call the necessary being. The universe is changing, dependent, and made of parts. That's not the kind of thing that explains itself.
If there's a wise and loving God, why is there so much suffering in the world? Diseases, wars, natural disasters, innocent children dying? Either God can't stop it, or he doesn't want to. In either case, it's hard to call such a being loving or just.
That's a deep concern, but suffering doesn't disprove God's existence. Much of the suffering is caused by human choices. We have free will. And natural hardships often build strength, empathy, and moral growth. If life had no pain or struggle, we'd never develop values like courage or compassion. A world of only comfort would be shallow and unjust, too.
You speak of inner feelings or a sense of God, but feelings aren't evidence. People also feel ghosts, energies, or past lives. Experience is subjective and unreliable. Science doesn't validate personal emotions as proof of reality.
True, feelings alone aren't proof. But when billions of people across cultures and history feel drawn to something beyond, it's worth considering. The human longing for meaning, justice, and transcendence is too consistent to ignore. Reason supports it too. Why do we seek purpose if the universe has none? If we're just matter, why care about truth or love? These longings point to something greater than physics.
In the end, I think we should live based on what we know, not what we hope. Maybe science will someday explain everything. Until then, I'd rather say I don't know than fill the gaps with beliefs that lack evidence. Truth matters more than comfort.
I agree, truth matters most. But truth isn't just physical facts. Reason, experience, and our own inner questions lead us to more than molecules. The universe, its beginning, and our longing for meaning all point toward a source beyond nature. Faith, for me, is not blind. It starts with reason, grows through reflection, and connects me to something real,
the one who gives life meaning.
You say God gives us moral values, but I believe morality can exist without religion. Humans have evolved empathy and cooperation because they help us survive. We don't need a divine source to know murder is wrong or kindness is good. Morality is part of being human, not something given from the sky.
But without a higher standard, morality becomes subjective. What's wrong to you might be right to someone else. If morality is just a product of evolution or culture, then there's no objective reason to say genocide is always evil. A transcendent moral source, like God, is what makes good and evil real, not just opinions or social agreements.
If God exists and knows everything, even our future, then how can we have free will? Either our choices are already known and fixed, or we're not truly free. This contradicts the idea of moral responsibility. It seems like either we're puppets, or God doesn't really know everything.
Knowledge doesn't cause actions. Just because someone knows what you'll choose doesn't mean they forced you. Like watching a recorded match. You know who wins, but you didn't control it. God's knowledge is timeless. He sees all time at once. That doesn't cancel free will. It simply means he knows our free choices.
I'm often told life without God has no meaning, but I disagree. I give my life meaning through relationships, creativity, love, learning. I don't need an eternal afterlife to make today valuable. In fact, life is more precious because it's short. We create our own purpose, and that's beautiful.
It's good to find meaning in love and learning, but without something greater, those meanings are fragile. What happens to your meaning when loved ones die or pain makes life unbearable? If there's no ultimate truth or goal, then meaning is just a story we tell ourselves. Belief in God gives meaning that is deeper than circumstance. It anchors us beyond emotion.
I trust science because it's based on evidence, testing, and correction. Religion, by contrast, asks for belief without proof. Whenever science advances, religion retreats. Doesn't this show that faith holds us back while science moves us forward?
Science is a powerful tool, but it only deals with the physical world. It can't answer questions like, why is there something instead of nothing? Or what is consciousness? Or what is morally right? Faith and reason aren't enemies. Faith begins where science ends, not as a gap filler, but as a higher kind of understanding that deals with ultimate causes and meaning.
Thanks so much for watching. If this video made you think, please like and subscribe. It really helps us grow and keep creating thoughtful content. Drop a comment and let us know, which side do you agree with more? Until next time, take care and stay curious.